Here we go. Main card. James Irvin against Alessio Sakara. There's a lot of different factors that nobody knows. You got you keyboard psychics. You're gonna come into my video now or afterwards, and like most likely afterwards, and say, "See, that's what I was saying. That's why I picked it. That's why I picked Sakara, or that's why I picked Irvin." But you don't know. Nobody knows. Irvin muscled out as hell at heavyweight, 235 pounds, solid muscle heavyweight. Moved down to 205. Good move for him. Took a lot to cut to it, but and now he's dropping 185. I don't understand how he's going to do that. You get starched against the 185-pound champion at 205, and now you're moving into his weight division. I don't see a reason for that. I don't know how he's going to make the cut, and he's injury prone. That being said, James Irvin, definitely one of my favorite fighters. He's awesome. He's always entertaining. Good Muay Thai, heavy hands. Just an overall brash, guy. I like him as a fighter. Sakara, very good boxer. I think this one, and now he's training at ATT, which is making him more well-rounded. I think this one could look a little bit like the Chris Lieben fight, where Sakara definitely was the better boxer. He had better hands, but the power is always there. And I'm going to go with James Irvin by late first round, KO. Sakara maybe gets a little content standing, a little too loose, and James Irvin catches him with a huge punch or something like that. And James Irvin, KO, definitely one of my favorite fighters. Paul Buentello against Cheick Kongo. Yeah, Cheick Kongo, I don't like the guy I just don't like him. No offense to him, but he is tough as hell. You have Cain Velasquez on top of you, taking you down consistently for 3 rounds and punch-sizing your face constantly, and he had no intention of giving up ever. And then against Frank Mir had a hold of his neck, and he just refused to tap and just went out. He's got the fighter instinct, and that's impressive. Paul Buentello is not... he did make a change to Grudge Training Center, so he's training with big wrestlers like Shane Carwin and stuff like that. I don't think it's going to change his style, though. I don't think he's going to connect clean enough on Cheick Kongo to put him out. And Cheick Kongo this might look like the Overeem fight, but probably take a little longer because Cheick Kongo isn't Overeem. And work him in the clinch with some knees to the body and stuff like that. We'll see. I like Paul Buentello. I'd like to see him win this one, but I'm going to go with Cheick Kongo by TKO. Late second, maybe a decision for Cheick Kongo. Junior Dos Santos against Gabriel Gonzaga. This is one of those where Gabriel Gonzaga I like as a fighter a lot, and I pull for Gabe all the time just because of the abilities he has that he really hasn't taken advantage of. He's huge power, good kicks, good punches, world-class jiu-jitsu, just amazing world champion grappler. And, a guy like that should be the heavyweight champion. The problem being that he's a little weak mentally. His cardio's a little iffy sometimes. When he's not getting his way and he's not dominating the fight, you could put the pressure on him like Randy Couture did, and he kind of just folds. I think that's what might happen in this fight. Junior Dos Santos, that's what he does, is put on the pressure. Make no mistake about it, Gabriel Gonzaga can win this fight. And anybody who's saying he doesn't have a chance of winning this fight, you're a moron. Because this is heavyweight, and heavyweights, it can end in an instant. Gabriel Gonzaga has the ability to do that. So, I'm pulling for Gabriel Gonzaga in this one. I hope he wins this one. I wanted to pick him in this one. I just can't. I'd like to see, what I want to see in this fight is Gabriel Gonzaga taking Dos Santos to the ground. Please take him. I want to see how good he is on the ground, because if you exploit his, just because he trains with Nogueira brothers doesn't mean he's like the be-all, end-all at grappling. He's not like a wizard on the ground or anything. He could be, but nobody's taken him to the ground yet. So please try to, like, maybe the hype train will be stopped if Gabriel Gonzaga can work him on the ground. I don't know. I'm going to go with the safe pick and go Junior Dos Santos, TKO, second round, just by putting the pressure on Gonzaga. Like I said, Gonzaga, like to see two different things. Exploit his ground game, maybe, see what he has on the ground, and Gonzaga win. Jon Jones against Brandon Vera. I have had so much trouble picking this fight. It's, like, impossible. I think this is going to be an extremely close fight. Jon Jones has never faced anyone near Brandon Vera's level before. Brandon Vera has the abilities to do anything. I mean, he's a great Muay Thai striker, great grappler. He's got good takedown defense. And the problem with Vera lately is just he can't pull the trigger. I mean, he's never been subbed, he's never been knocked out, but for some reason, he's afraid one of those things is going to happen to him, so he just is very tentative. Like, he just came into the UFC just steamrolling people, but you got to look at who he was facing. I mean, yeah, Frank Mir wasn't the same fighter that he is now, or that he was in the past. Justin Eilers, good fighter, and so I'm sorry to, I don't speak ill about the dead, but Justin Eilers, Asuero Silva, those guys, not the highest level of competition, and you saw him as this next big thing, and he was going to come in and wreck people, and he has the ability to do that. Don't get me wrong, it's just like who he's fighting maybe didn't deserve all the hype. And then, he gets against a guy like Tim Sylvia. That should have been a fight, like a couple of guys that on the forums on my MMA Playground team made some very good points. And I don't know if it was J-Ride or Wheelchair Bandit or maybe it was Pookie. But, Brandon Vera, like, he should have won the Tim Sylvia fight. I mean, those are the exact fighters that give Tim Sylvia massive problems. Guys that are quicker than him, guys that can, like Brandon Vera, wicked leg kicks, and it was just, Tim's legs are just begging to be kicked all day. And Brandon Vera let him dry hump him against the fence for 3 rounds. And, Jon Jones, what can you say? Good speed, unorthodox, huge reach, great wrestling, and a lot of, it's funny how he gets a main event and a guy like Brandon Vera, when he technically did lose his last fight, but nobody even thinks about it as a loss. It's like, oh, so he ran. This is one of those, like, when you think back on it, you're going to be, like, going over Jon Jones' career. It's like, yeah, he ran through Matt Hamill, and he ran through, like, all these guys, and it's like, wait, he lost to Matt Hamill, but no, he really didn't lose to Matt Hamill. I mean, that shouldn't have been a loss. Whatever. Jon Jones, to end all this, because I can talk about this fight all day, and I'm just going to go back and forth in my head, but I'm going to go with Jon Jones by decision. It's going to be incredibly close, I think. If Jon Jones just walks through Brandon Vera, then you should just give him the belt now, because nobody does that. Nobody is going to walk through Brandon Vera, and I think Jon Jones knows that, and I think he's going to have a smart game plan for this, and we're going to go decision. Brandon Vera is definitely capable of winning this fight, and I wouldn't be surprised if he did. Great card. My next video is going to be a 500 subscribers video. I got a lot of different ideas in my head. It's going to take me a couple days to throw it together and edit it, but that's going to be my next video. Alright, you guys definitely stay metal and look for a lot more predictions, because this month is ridiculous. Later.